Hello, my name is Brock Sorensen, and I am here to discuss the question, is government-funded universal healthcare ethically justifiable? In the US, we do not have universal healthcare. We have healthcare where everything is privately owned and the government is not involved. And as long as you can pay for healthcare, you are able to receive it. Places like Canada have universal healthcare where everyone has the same healthcare, they have the same benefits, and it's free. However, they do pay it in taxes. I've seen that different healthcare systems only hit two of these next three things. It's either cheap, has quality, and is timely care. We haven't really found a healthcare system where we hit all three, where it's cheap, it's great quality, and you can be in a timely fashion. With healthcare though, when you feel sick or seriously in pain or have an illness, you want quality healthcare, and that can be found in the US. There's skilled doctors that are in the US. We have there are issues with the United States healthcare, and we should address them, but they do take away all of the pros, all of the great things about our healthcare system. And do we really want to start all over? With universal healthcare, it takes away the decision from you. You would, if you want a hip replacement, you can get it done in the US. It's very simple. You just have to pay for it. My boss just recently, he was getting snow off of his car, and he slipped and fell and broke his hip. And that same day, he was able to get a surgery. And in places like Canada or the in the UK, it would maybe take a lot longer for that surgery to occur. And with the universal healthcare, you would have to qualify for the surgery, and perhaps you wouldn't qualify and you wouldn't be able to get it. And so that's another way it takes away from a person's choice. And being able to make that choice with authoritarianism, being able to write to autonomy, you'd have less autonomy in places like Canada and the UK, because there's only one choice that you can make, meaning that this is the kind of care you're going to get, or you're not going to get it. In the United States, you can choose from different places and different doctors. And if we did switch to universal healthcare, the tax would definitely increase, and because it has to be paid somehow. I lived in Canada for 2 years, and people there said that their income was their taxes were about 40% of what they would make. And I searched up in Ontario, Canada. It's projected that by 2030, 80% of the budget of Ontario will be only on healthcare. It's very little to spend anywhere else, and so it's very expensive. And in the US, something that makes us different is that we have cutting edge biomedical research spending. The because of we have medical breakthroughs because there is competition here. There's competition here because it is a profitable business to discover new and innovative medicines and ways to treat to treat people, and so if we went to universal healthcare, all that competition and all that drive for all that drive to find that new medical research would disappear, because everything is universal. There's nothing you can really gain from it, and there's very little spending that goes on in other countries. The United States leads this biomedical research, and many Americans, about 90%, have 90% U.S. citizens have health insurance already, and 60% of them of health insurance is connected through one's job, and there is a dedicated through the job. There is a there is a risk for having your health insurance connected to your job, because if you lose your job, you lose your health insurance. However, so that's a con, however, to it. But there's about an average American spends about $10,000 a year on health insurance costs, and this is compared to places like Canada. They spend around $5,000 a year. However, it's because of our different systems. In the U.S., they have millions of dollars in advertising and salaries for high-paid executives. So it costs more. And if there's one payer system, just one health care system, it's cheaper and it saves money. The more simpler it is. But we already have, and as I said before, 90% of U.S. citizens have insurance, and you can choose an insurance of what covers what you need covered to fit you and your needs. And if we were to switch to universal healthcare, it would take away our choice of a lot of being able to choose what we need, because the government would say this is covered and this is not covered. This is what we'll help you with, and this is something that you'll have to wait a long time for, rather than I'm going to choose this insurance company and be able to get what I need right away. You would, for knee and hip replacements, you would probably have to wait many months, or perhaps to a year to get that surgery. I knew a lot of people in Canada that got that surgery, and they were always on a wait list. And there's really no wait list here in the United States besides like organ transplants, but that's because there's a very limited amount of those things. And discussing about utilitarianism, or Mill's theory, the greatest happiness for the greatest number of people. Just looking at just that definition, you would probably think, oh, it's probably universal healthcare that can help with that, or that justifies that. But really, the greatest number, or the greatest happiness, or the greatest care can be found in the United States. And 90% of the U.S. citizens have it already, so that's a very high number. And if we were to take that away, it would take away our choices, increase our taxes, and we would decline in quality and healthcare innovations. So that is why we should not go to universal healthcare.